agency, and you got great guests.
Oh my god, why do y'all like doing this?
Bobbi Althoff's really good podcast started extremely strong, gaining millions of views with unique celebrity interviews. However, in just a year and a half, her viewership has basically flatlined, with almost 300,000 people agreeing, "I've never seen an industry plant fall off harder than
Not
she did."
Kira!
Her career began on TikTok.
That's true, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I haven't seen her since, bro. But I mean, let me say something real quick. Is it bad that I never found her funny? Is it bad that I never found her funny or entertaining?
Dry, sarcastic content on the topic of being a mother.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I felt like her comedy was like stale and dry comedy, which can work for some people, but for me, I couldn't
make only 26 videos before beginning the really good podcast, to which she'd adapt her dry, sarcastic style.
I think we look alike.
Kind of, but not really.
A little. You're like me in a different font.
The snippet quickly racked up almost 10 million views. The style was an instant
It didn't even
success.
get a mil like.
This entire interview is like the calmest argument in history, and I love it. The snippets from her next episode went equally viral.
The clips did really, really well on TikTok. So I was like, okay, I guess I like have something here.
But it was the episode with Funny Marco that completely changed everything.
Damn.
Because not only did the segments again pull crazy numbers, but the full episode gained over 5 million views without a single hate comment anywhere in sight. It's rare that two people I've never heard of make me laugh for an hour straight. This was special.
Okay, so this is when her blow up happened. Okay.
Marco has found the white woman version of himself. This should be a permanent duo. This is just the most cross-cultural, funny, awkward humor. People loved the...
I feel like that's the reason why I couldn't get into her like comedy, bro, because like it's awkward humor, which is like sometimes can be funny, but not like something that I find completely hilarious. Like, for example, I know a lot of niggas probably gonna hate when I say this, but I am not a fan of The Office. I don't find that show funny. There are snippets where I'm like, okay, that was funny, but that's what I'm saying. I don't find the whole show funny, bro. I don't find it that entertaining because it's that awkward humor that I'm like, hit or miss.
Honest branding of new episode whenever I can get someone to agree to let me interview them, the next of which being a very important person.
My video with Marco went very viral.
Yeah.
Like very viral. Then Drake liked one of the videos I had uploaded.
It was Drake.
He followed me.
Bobbi therefore tried to get him on.
I'm gonna like shoot my shot to Drake. So I was like, when are you gonna come on my podcast?
And he said
game
right away.
He was ready to do it.
Landing Drake as her 4th ever podcast guest.
You
From an
thought,
entertainment standpoint,
the fact that they was in bed, this was weird to me. The fact that they was in bed doing this
was basically perfect. Not only had she landed Drake, who never does podcasts, but she'd done so in a funny, intimate setting, whilst keeping it calm and relaxed, to the extent that people thought they were just old friends.
The fact that you were so calm next to Champagne Poppy, because if I was in a bed next to Drake, I would be freaking out.
It therefore gained 10 million views in only 2 weeks, and added
Bobby
700,000 subscribers to Bobbi's total count. However, as summarized by a tweet reading, Drake giveth and Drake taketh away, Bobbi's interview with Drake began to ruin her reputation. During the podcast, Bobbi had asked,
Am I your type?
Oh, I remember this. I remember her asking him that shit, and I was like, oh my god, no.
I'd do it.
Thank you.
And when Drake said that Bobbi should get with his friend, she seemed kind of interested.
If I could hook you up with anyone, it would be my dog Smigs.
Smigs?
Smigs. Smiley.
Can you tell me about Smiley?
Let me show you a picture of him.
Mm-hmm. Is he
This is so weird.
Or is he just a friend of yours?
The Funny Marco interview had a similar interaction.
Are you hitting on me?
You're not my type.
What's your type?
With Bobbi stating she started the podcast for the following reason.
To have a way to meet people, and the podcast, I was like, I wish I could have like collaborate with other people.
Meeting new people likely wasn't sinister, but flirting with famous musicians seemed to annoy her husband, who filed for divorce only 6 days after
She had a husband, bro? Okay, see, this I didn't fucking know. You're telling me that she was in bed with Drake, asking if she was her type, and then trying to get with this smiley nigga, or being interested in being with this smiley nigga with a husband.
She
Nuts.
recorded the podcast with Drake.
Nuts.
To make matters worse, Bobbi also admitted,
I flew all the way here
You did. I really do appreciate
on my
that.
daughter's first birthday.
You missed your daughter's
Priorities.
first birthday. For
To be here.
Priorities. Fucking-orities, bro. I get it. It's Drake. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna get an interview with Drake. He's a very busy man. But your daughter's first birthday. If it was her second birthday, I would be like, okay, still weird to miss your daughter's beginning stages in life's birthdays, because like I think it's like the first 5 birthdays or something that really matter, or some shit like that. The first 5 to 10 birthdays really matter in your kid's life. But I would be more understanding if it was the second one, because I'm like, okay, you didn't, at least you didn't miss her first birthday. Oh my God, her first birthday.
Regret that you'll never be able to undo.
You know what's crazy? Drake said this shit so nonchalant, and he, like, everybody probably was watching this like he was probably joking, but I'm pretty sure he was probably serious when he said that.
Yeah.
Horrible parenting.
showing she was kind of ditching her family for social media fame.
Is it kind of strange shitting?
She could have literally, I'm sorry I'm pausing so much. She could have literally told Drake, like, hey, it's my daughter's birthday today. Can we do it tomorrow? Or reschedule for another day.
Else that this woman who is married with
Shout out to
children
Mari,
is
the
constantly
tan Superman.
asking during these interviews with these rappers if basically they would go out with her, if basically they would sleep with her if they like her.
She'd confirmed the divorce in a TikTok post, with comments stating celebrity status always ruins the best things in life.
That's a fact.
On Reddit, people stated,
Okay, it's not entirely the fact. But I don't know.
she got famous and he stayed the same. Few marriages survived that, whilst the rumors likely didn't help.
That's a fact. I was gonna say sometimes you can get famous and still be with the one who got you there. Shout out Kendrick Lamar. But sometimes, and I'm glad the Reddit said few marriages survived that, because he didn't say no marriage. There are a lot of marriages where somebody gets famous and ditches the person that they were with, on both ends, woman or man. Somebody gets famous and the other person is just upset with their fame, and then they leave that person. Would never happen with me, bro. I'm just saying that. I'm saying it right now. Whenever I make it for real in this content creation shit, which is what I want to do, I would never switch up on the one I love the most. I would never switch up on my girl, bro. Never.
Did Bobbi Althoff cheat
Because I would
with
never
Drake
change with
quickly
this.
became a
with,
mainstream narrative.
I don't know how to.
Suggesting a
I would never change with stature, bro. I don't get how people do that.
conspiracy was when Bobbi deleted the podcast, with Drake and Bobbi both unfollowing each other on Instagram. Dave Portnoy from Barstool Sports therefore sent her a text. My girlfriend says you hooked up with Drake and got divorced. I am saying that is not true. Bobbi replied, I'm not commenting publicly, but off the record, you're right, that is not true. She'd shared the text to her story, adding, I did not want to do this podcast in the first place, and now so much negativity is coming from it. I'm going to leave it alone after this, but this is the uncensored DM between Dave and I, although despite denying the rumors, the narrative was set. Bobbi Althoff left her husband to thought around with rappers.
Would you date someone that looks like me?
Oh my God,
Or
she
there's just
asked
a
every
person.
single
What does that
one.
mean?
Like looks exactly like me. They have a twin.
Maybe.
If I had a twin,
Maybe.
would you date them?
If she was like cool and like, you know.
The damage this did
If
to
she was
Bobbi's
cool is
image
nuts.
could be seen on her husband's Instagram, with comments reading, sorry that your ex sold you out for clout and fame, after which everything Bobbi did became some kind of drama. For example, she'd do a podcast with Lil Yachty, with people calling her ungrateful after she said this.
I walked into his house and it
kinda
was
like
super awkward because like
those, though.
he's really kind of awkward. He didn't even like say hi to me. He's just sitting there with like his 2 assistants, and then he comes up, he's like, oh hi, gives me like a half hug, and I'm just like hi, then goes back to his spot, and I'm like, dude, I don't even want to do this. I'm texting my friend like, Ashley, I need to leave, this is so awkward, I don't want it, like what am I doing here?
She wants
I was just about to say, she makes like this awkward humor and then gets mad at Lil Yachty for being an awkward person.
to make awkward content and then puts Yachty on blast. Shaking my head. Gave her
Literally.
a platform and now she's shitting on y'all. See what happens? People then claimed that her fast rise to fame was orchestrated
That's
by
low-key
her
a fact,
management
bro. But I will say this, bro.
company.
Fame doesn't change people. Fame just enhances who somebody already is. Think about it for a second. These niggas are already assholes. It's just that since they're not rich and famous, they can't be one openly. So now that they got fame and money, there's no reason for them to act nice so they can be who they are completely. And that's why I'm saying I'd never switch up, because right now I am who I am, bro. And even when I get up there, I'm still going to be the same nigga I am right now, bro. What would I do when I had the money and fame? I'd probably buy more Spider-Man shit, if I'm being honest.
I'm pretty sure somebody at WME started help pulling the strings to set all this in motion.
Who also managed some of the people who appeared on Bobby's show.
Well, you got a great agent, and you got a great agency, and you got great guests.
Oh my god. Why do y'all like doing this? Why do y'all like doing this? It's nasty.
Bobbi simply trolled the claims, but there were other inconsistencies. For example, she constantly claimed that she was broke.
People think I'm joking about being in debt. I'm not. Like, I put every penny I had into this podcast.
And told Mark Cuban this.
I don't have any money.
None?
At all. I have debt, actually.
You have debt? How much debt do you have?
Like $20,000 of debt.
Then further added in her Rick Glassman podcast.
Every time a credit card maxes out, I have to switch to another. I have like 2 cards maxed out right now, so hoping to pay them off soon.
However, people realized she spent $500 on Chloe sandals. She is not broke, she is broke.
I was just about to say there's no way she doesn't have money. She's just spending it stupidly.
Also noting that her husband was a millionaire who had 170,000 students who'd bought his $43 course. Eventually, Bobbi also revealed that student, also noting that her husband was a millionaire who had 170,000 students who'd bought his 43.
You're broke. Come the fuck on, bro. Come the fuck
Eventually,
on,
Bobbi
bro.
also revealed that the podcast wasn't serious.
So when you interview these people, you're not Bobbi.
Even if it wasn't 172,000 all in the same year, a total of $7 million is so much money, bro.
Necessarily.
No, yeah, I'm just like a really dry person.
Deleting more
And
of
I'm
the
sure
magic.
since he's like teaching a course on something, he's a pretty smart individual, I'd say. So that means he's probably investing that money and making it grow passively. Pause.
That first made her interesting. We mentioned that when she first interviewed Marco, there were no negative comments. However, 3
Now there
months
are.
later when Reddit asked thoughts on Bobbi Althoff, there wasn't a single positive comment.
Damn.
Annoying ASF and not funny at all. I can't stand her, don't find her funny, and find it odd that rappers are always her target to pick on like she's better than them. Gives me the ick.
Hey, bro, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I was never on the Bobbi train. Okay, I don't want people to think that, oh, I used to fuck with Bobbi and now I'm one of these niggas who just switched up on her. I never found her funny.
I watched a few of her
I would
interviews.
not give Bobbi to work. See, this is what I'm talking. There's niggas like Kendrick that gave her a platform, bro.
I just don't find her funny or charismatic enough to pull off the shtick. I can see why she's popular though. This kind of awkward cringe humor is having a moment. Only 4 days after that Reddit thread, it was reviewed as the not so really good podcast, which stated the content itself is boring. The episodes also lack direction and a central theme, probably because they only consist of small talk. The podcast fails to deliver anything substantial or thought-provoking. Instead, it provides a glimpse into how celebrities behave in casual settings, which may seem intriguing to some, but ultimately failed to engage me. Another person
agree.
said that Bobbi's podcast sadly points out how real hip-hop journalism has been practically erased, while even funny Marco began to critique her show.
With me, it was like,
Oh, wow.
I think you're funny, Marco, but let me learn about you. Like, trying to figure me out. But now it's like the interviews, I think they're like, she's trying to shit on people. And when I watched the interview, Offset, I was like, damn, that was pretty bad.
As mentioned, she was plain to
Oh yeah, the Offset interview. And she tried to flame him, and he shut that shit down or some shit.
Disrespectful
Cap.
during her podcast with Offset, leading him to respond with similar energy.
You need a little bit of seasoning. You ain't got no seasoning, man. You like a plain piece of chicken just on the thing, you pull it off, and then you serve the dish.
It seemed this was where many people quit watching Bobbi's show, aided by full podcast episodes that were just promoting products. In the process, she'd also change her appearance, leading to criticism bad enough for Bobbi to respond.
Fillers?
I am so tired of all of the comments of people saying she ruined her face. The only thing I have done to my face is that I have a little bit of filler in my upper lip, okay? I do not have cheek filler.
In a different video, she talked about getting other procedures.
I went in to get my zit injected and I left with Botox in my forehead, which, you know, that's fine, that's normal. I had lines here. I also didn't like that this would crease so much and I'd smile, so I got under eye filler. So I got Botox injected right here.
Which perhaps
Jeez Louise, bro. Y'all need to stop with this shit, bro. This is a whole different topic, but like, golly, just love yourself, bro.
unfairly has only led to even more hate. Her 15 minutes are up. Bye, Bobbi. I am so tired of Bobbi. Get off the internet, boring. The last couple of months, however, have been even worse. For starters, the style of the podcast has changed. The dry, sarcastic humor has become normal conversation, and all the awkward, quiet moments are often removed in editing. Strangely, however, this only makes it even more awkward and less entertaining as it feels like any other normal podcast.
How old are you?
Me, I'm 21.
You're 21?
Yeah.
Oh, you're so young.
I'm a baby still.
Wait, I didn't realize you were so young. I thought we were.
Comments and bitch.
How old are you?
I should know better. Okay.
26.
You're not really old.
This entire interview feels like they are making small talk while waiting for something. She'd also do an episode with Dax Flame in which she was way ruder.
Oh my god, Dax Flame. Go.
Podcast.
Go. This nigga's a goat. I'm not gonna lie. See, all right. Remember when I said I'm not a fan of like that like dry humor, that awkward humor? This nigga is so funny to me. He's like one of the only ones that can pull it off, in my opinion. He's one of the only ones that can pull it off, in my opinion, bro. I gotta show you his Instagram reels in a moment, bro. This nigga is hilarious.
What is something fun that makes interviewing someone fun for you?
Just having good conversation.
Okay, yeah, I love good conversation.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't tell.
This genuinely was not even an interview. This was like
Oh my god.
like bullying the nice kid and making him feel horrible in any way. Then 2 months ago, she did this video here, which judging by the dislike ratio was yet another doozy.
And then I saw this video of her
1,000
talking about how much
dislikes.
she made from her podcast, and I mentally decided that she made like at least $300 a year on her podcast alone, and I was like, that's what I need to do next. Like, I need a podcast.
I saw how much someone made and thought, that's what I need to do. Wow, what a passionate and inspiring individual.
Yikes.
Toward the start of her career, Bobbi joked, not more money though, and that's all that matters in the world. But
Oh
it
my
seems
God,
that's
nigga.
now her actual philosophy.
I didn't grow up with money. I am on a lifelong
You want
journey to
money.
get money.
She's money hungry, and that's a part of why she had her downfall. I'm not gonna lie. It's not only is it the other stuff, but like the money hungry backing of all of this is possibly another reason why she lost all of her following.
I love
Money's nice.
It's amazing.
Ever since doing the interview, Bobbi's viewership has significantly slowed. Her reputation is far from perfect, whilst her interview style has simply gone stale.
Does he have a Sunny V1? Am I tripping? Missing the kid's first birthday with an interview in bed with Drake is wild word. That's just so nuts to me, bro. You could have scheduled something else, bro.